Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? So, in my last video, I spoke about general points about COVID and how do we categorize it. I would want to add that all these things, the pathology and everything, hold the same in pregnancy as well. The only difference is that pregnancy is a state of a decrease in the natural immunity of the body. So, in pregnancy, we need to be extra precautious. In this video, I will cover what precautions you should take if you're pregnant and positive, how do you monitor yourself at home, and what about your visits, what about your routine pregnancy visits in this COVID era, and when should you get hospitalized. In my next video, I'll be talking about COVID trimester wise. So let's begin. Let's get started. Coming to precautions, if you are symptomatic for COVID, then first thing is to isolate yourself in a room with an attached bathroom. Once you have isolated yourself, you should give your swab for testing and measure your saturation and temperature and report the readings to your obstetrician. If your saturation on room air is more than 94% and you have only the mild symptoms, all of this I have spoken about in my previous video, which I will also link. So yeah, if you fit in the mild disease, then you will mostly be advised to isolate at home with self monitoring, and any moderate and severe disease needs hospitalization in pregnancy. I would want my physician friends to also note that, because it is the progression of the disease that we have to stop and be very vigilant about. So if you're asking your patients with mild symptoms to isolate at home, make sure that you keep a very strict watch at them. You should be updated about their vitals and their status at least twice daily. So coming to patients with mild disease isolating at home, what should you do? Beginning with general precautions, first is sanitize, sanitize, and sanitize. Sanitize even if you're at home, you have a room to yourself. Wash your hands frequently. Wear a mask whenever needed. And what all can you eat? Like, this is a very common question. All my pregnant patients ask me that, doctor, what should we eat? I would suggest that there is everything and anything that you can eat which is healthy. So basically, your diet should be rich in fruits, green vegetables, a lot of protein based upon your diet, what kind of diet you consume. So yeah, these are the food items you should consume. And the other thing is that you should hydrate yourself as much as possible. You should drink at least 3 to 4 liters of water, because if you're mildly symptomatic and throwing fever, then there is a tendency that you will lose water from your body, right? So you want to keep yourself very hydrated. Coming to how will you monitor, so basically make a 4-hourly chart for yourself with date and time and parameters like your respiratory rate, your pulse rate, your saturation, your temperature, and make sure you maintain this chart every 4 hourly. Another very common thing specific to pregnancy I would suggest you to do is a daily fetal kick count. What is a daily fetal kick count? It is the number of time your baby is moving. So how do you make this chart? What you have to do is basically that feel your baby kick 1 hour after each of your major meals, like 1 hour after your breakfast, 1 hour after your dinner, and 1 hour after your lunch. You have to keep your hand on your tummy and write the number of times your baby is kicking. This is called as DFKC. The normal DFKC is a minimum of 3 after each major meals and a total of at least 10 in a day. If you are maintaining a DFKC of at least this much, then you need not worry. But if your DFKC is less than 3 after any of the major meals and less than 10 in a day, you should definitely inform your obstetrician. Coming to what medications you are supposed to take, so you are supposed to be continuing your basic pregnancy medications, that are your folic acid tablets, your iron tablets, your calcium and vitamin D3 tablets, and at least add a minimum of 50 milligram of zinc with your routine pregnancy tablet. You should be doing steam inhalation at least 3 to 4 times a day and betadine gargles at least twice daily. If you don't have betadine at home, you can use lukewarm water and salt. It will act the same. and the rest of the treatment will be as per your symptoms. You will be given antipyretics like PCM. PCM is safe to use irrespective of the trimester for symptoms like fever, and antibiotics like maybe cefixime. So yeah, this was the general precautions and your treatment for mild disease. If you practice all of this for at least 14 days, you should be fine. For any patient who has persistent symptoms like fever and cough more than 5 days, anytime saturation falling less than 94%, and shortness of breath, you should immediately report to a hospital and get admitted. So yeah, this is all for this video, and I hope it helped you in some way or the other. The purpose of making this channel is entirely to educate at least some part of the population. uh, Again, if you like it, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next. Bye.